In the headlines, NEDC urges urgent review of collapse Alau Dam after widespread devastation. Kidnappers ambush police in Delta during rescue mission. Super Eagles airport ordeal in Libya sparks reactions. Away from Nigeria, Israeli airstrike on northern Lebanon claims 18 lives. Good evening and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Aisha Salihu. The news in detail. The Northeast Development Commission has called for a review of the collapsed Alau Dam project, which led to the devastating floods that left many dead and millions displaced. The Commission made the call during an inspection tour of some of the projects undergoing rehabilitation after the Maiduguri floods, among them Alau Dam, which led to the destruction of farmlands and road networks in some parts of Borno State. Trust TV's Beatrice Korutsi reports that flood-affected communities have called on the government to rehabilitate roads connecting local governments and neighboring countries to boost economic opportunities and businesses. The report.
The Commission is under very serious contractual transaction on the construction of the roads and rehabilitation of this spillway. You know, each contract carries some terms of reference, but unfortunately, in this occasion, we have some kind of a force majeure which affected or will affect both the contracts and other contracts as the case may be. So we're here today to assess what has happened after the flooding and see how it affects the general consumption of the project and to devise some way forward.
Nationally, the names are the limit used to give notice or alert on areas that some flood are anticipated. But there are different categories of flood that is being expected. Flood could be mild, could be splash, could be this, could be that. So nobody could have told us this extent of the flood. But as you also know, it was still the cause of water that in 2022, got this spillway damage. We came to do the intervention. So if you ask me whether there was anticipation or notice of this extent of flood, I would say no. But definitely we knew there was a problem, and it was a problem we are trying to solve when eventually now the whole dimension of the what we are anticipating change, and then so now we have to review everything.
Still on flood matters. The Kogi state government says ravaging floods have sacked over 200 communities and displaced over 2 million people in the state. The State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, who disclosed this on Monday at Kotomkarfi in Kogi local government of the state, noted that a major humanitarian crisis is brewing in the state. He said the 9 local governments where communities are affected include Kogi, Lokoja, Adavi, Ofo, Ajaokuta, Ida, and Ibaji, Igalamela, and Omala local government areas. The state government therefore called on the federal government and international donor agencies to come to the aid of the state to cushion the attendant hardship. Residents of Agbado Ioko, a remote community in Ifo local government area of Ogun State, are voicing concerns over years of alleged neglect, poor infrastructure, and lack of access to essential healthcare services. In a recent outcry, community members highlighted their struggles, urging both the state and federal governments to intervene urgently. The report.
As the situation becomes more dire with each passing day, Agbado Ijoko residents in Ifo local government area of Ogun State have made a passionate plea for help, called on the state governor, who they claim has passed through the community several times without taking any action to address the worsening living conditions there. Residents report that many people have been forced to leave the area due to unbearable conditions. According to Trust TV News, the community is now nearly uninhabitable, following constant flooding, deteriorating roads, and lack of security. Elizabeth Agboje, a resident of the affected community, shared how the frequent flooding devastates homes and streets, making daily life a struggle.
The water will come near the last district. We fill up all everywhere to that side. No roads that we never see any road. The road is very, very bad, and this area is very, very bad. We cannot even move. We cannot go like this. We will just stay at home.
The community's plight underscores the urgent need for infrastructural development and improved healthcare services in the rural areas, where neglect has left many citizens feeling abandoned and desperate.
In this Okpelu area, up to Agbado Ioko, we are calling their attention to the state of our road. At present now, we have no road. Our children cannot have access to schools. Our women have no access to markets. In fact, most of the houses here has been demolished, all with the intention that the government is coming to do the road. For over 4 years now that houses has been demolished, government is not coming to come and work on the road. As you can see, the road is totally out of way. We pass inner roads to our various places, and this is a major road. In fact, it's international road. It's the road that connects from Ojodo Abiodun up to Idiroko.
A lot of people have died as a result of this road. If you see what we go through on a daily basis, especially during the rainy season, it is no good. It's always promise upon promise. There is nothing. They have not done anything. This place looks as if there is no human being here. When you look at your back, some properties were here. They all gave way. They destroy it, all in the name of doing road. And yet the road is here. 8 years plus another 8 years. We are going to 16 years now.
We have been neglected here. Nothing is being done to us as if we are not part of Ogun State. That's just my own opinion.
In the rainy season, we not always go to school because of the water. And we full all this place. We always further. My mom not always go to the market because of the rain.
Because now I cannot move from here to that place. I will fall down because of this so-called bad road. The road is so bad that there's nothing that you can do here that will give you your daily bread to eat. It's terrible. Market is not selling at all. Nobody is making anything that he and his family can take to take care of themselves. We are just here. A lot of people are dying here because of sickness. A lot of people are really dying because of sickness, because there's no care. Now I wish to go to hospital. I cannot move. No vehicle that can come here to take me to hospital.
People that's working at Ikeja or along Oshodi, so many of people that park from this place to another way, because this place now is look at this road now as it be. This place, there is no rain now, but every display, even though vehicle cannot move for this place now. Anyhow, look at this, how the thing be. Not only this place, it's like this again. So everywhere from here now to Agbado, from Agbado to Abule, that is the road. The middle of the road now is too bad.
As conditions in Agbado Ijoko worsen, the community continues to appeal for urgent intervention. Residents here are hopeful that the government will finally address the critical issues of flooding, infrastructure, and security to enable them live safely.
Residents of Araromi and Rotimi fishing camps in Okwara Kingdom in Brass local government area of Bayelsa State have been sacked from their homes as a result of the overflow of Atlantic Ocean that has left residents and fishermen stranded. The devastating incident occasioned by the consistent downpours in the state led to rising water levels in the rivers and creeks, as well as flooding in farmlands. The ocean surge has already destroyed buildings, fishing tools, and forced residents to relocate from the settlement, though no death has been reported. The people called on the state and federal governments to come to their aid. The deputy chief in the settlement, Simon Gbakbaga, said the fishing settlement is where the people of Okwara and Brass local government area make a living, as most citizens rely on fishing in the area to take care of their families. He lamented that despite the mineral resources that abound in the area, no meaningful amenities exist in the community. which has continued to suffer neglect. Bayelsa State Commissioner for Community Development, Watson Alfred Bellamote, who visited the fishing settlement to sympathize with victims of ocean surge, assured them of government's commitment to ameliorating their sufferings. And to security matters, a divisional police officer and several officers have been reportedly killed in an early morning ambush in Delta State, while another DPO remains in critical condition following a kidnap rescue mission. The tragic incident, according to Delta human rights activist Israel Joe, occurred near Agbarho rail station around 1 a.m., resulting in heavy gunfire exchange between the police and the kidnappers. They said the new DPO of Agbarho, who resumed just 2 days ago, was among those killed, adding that he was ambushed alongside the DPO of Orerokwe, CSP Paul, and their team during a rescue mission. Joe expressed deep sorrow over the loss, noting that the Orerokwe DPO was rushed to an undisclosed hospital where he is currently fighting for his life. He further extended his condolences to the Nigeria police force and the families of the fallen officers. The Delta State Police is yet to issue an official statement as at the time of filing this report. Still on security matters, 15 members of the Boko Haram terrorist group have surrendered to the Nigerian army on Sunday. A statement from the Nigerian army said it conducted an operation in the Agauta region of northeastern Borno State against Boko Haram. The statement indicated that 15 members of the group surrendered during the operation and that their camp was destroyed. Boko Haram, which has been active since the early 2000s, has carried out mass violence since 2009, resulting in the death of tens of thousands of people. Since 2015, the group has also conducted attacks in neighboring countries like Cameroon, Chad, and Niger Republic. A suspected ammunition courier, Zayano Abdullahi, have been arrested in a successful security operation along the Anka-Bagega Road in Zamfara State while allegedly transporting ammunition. The arrest was carried out by troops in collaboration with the Zamfara State Community Protection Guards, following a tip-off from local residents regarding suspicious movements in the area. According to security sources, Abdullahi, who hails from Shinkafi local government area, was intercepted at a snap roadblock set up by the security team. During the search, he was found in possession of 35 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition concealed in a wrapper. Preliminary investigations have indicated that Abdullahi was en route to deliver the ammunition to an individual identified as Wadata in Bagege town. Authorities have placed the suspect in custody and are intensifying efforts to apprehend Wadata and any other individuals potentially connected to the case. A two-story building has collapsed in Amosu Street in Orile, Igamo area of Lagos State. The building collapsed on Monday morning as people were about to start their business activities for the day. A video of the building as it went down was posted by a media executive and blogger Samuel Olatunji on his Instagram page. It could not be ascertained the number of people in the building when it collapsed. However, a statement by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency response team said no casualties were recorded during the incident. You're watching the news update. Still ahead. Adamawa State government reiterates commitment to rural development. We'll bring you details of the story and more after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Let's have a second look at some of our top stories. We told you that NEDC urges urgent review of collapsed Lao Dam after widespread devastation. You also heard kidnappers ambush police in Delta during rescue mission. Moving on to other stories. In a recent media briefing, the Adamawa state government emphasized its impactful efforts in rural development, which have often been overshadowed by large-scale infrastructure projects. The administration pointed to key initiatives aimed at improving rural communities, including the provision of electricity, construction of rural roads, and establishment of new medical facilities across the state. Gibson Swadigo reports.
Invite you interact.
At a third quarter media parley, which brought together journalists from national and local outlets, the Adamawa state government highlighted its trailblazing initiatives. The state has been at the forefront of implementing a 70,000 minimum wage, social investment programs, intercity and community transportation, and enhanced security measures. The administration reaffirmed its commitment to inclusive governance with a focus on ensuring that no sector or community is left behind under Governor Ahmad Umar Fintry's leadership.
Today, Governor Fintry can confidently claim to have fulfilled the promise made to the people. Adamawa State under Fintry had been a trailblazer in Nigeria, no doubt. The implementation of the 70,000 naira minimum wage came like a bolt from the blue at a time when some governors are still deliberating the issue. We still know that there are a lot of states that have not paid this 70,000.
The chief press secretary to the governor, Humwashi Wanasiko, praised Governor Ahmad Umar Fintry for reshaping the state's image and reigniting pride among its citizens. He described the governor as a game changer with a clear blueprint for development, setting him apart with its transformative initiatives that have left the people impressed.
This is what I describe as good governance. Good governance that people are marveled as to how it's been done. This governor has become the envy of so many governors. He has become the envy of so many people because of what he is doing. Like I said, he came prepared for governance. He didn't come to joke.
The special advisor on inter-party affairs, Balajada, and Barrister Sunday Wigira praised the administration's inclusive governance approach. They highlighted how it has fostered unity within the ruling party and encouraged constructive engagement from opposition parties.
But all I know is the governor of Adamawa State is steadfast and is fully in the party, and there's nowhere he has undermined the party in any activity.
Of Adamawa State, Right Honorable Ahmad Umar Fintiri touched in Adamawa State, as far as government and governance is concerned, it is unprecedented.
The session wrapped up with a question and answer segment, allowing journalists to engage directly and seek clarifications. Gibson Soadigo, Trust TV News, Yola.
And to developments away from Nigeria, at least 18 people have been killed in an Israeli air attack on northern Lebanon. The Lebanese Red Cross says. The United Nations Rights Office says the Israeli army appears to be cutting off northern Gaza completely from the rest of the territory and launching attacks with absolute disregard for the lives and security of Palestinian civilians. Meanwhile, 4 Palestinians have been killed and dozens wounded after Israeli fighter jets bombed a tent encampment housing displaced Palestinians on the grounds of Al-Aqsa Hospital in Deir el-Bala, central Gaza. In Gaza, at least 42,289 people have been killed and 98,684 wounded in Israeli attacks since October 2023. At least 1,139 people were killed in Israel on October 7, 2023, and more than 200 people taken captive. And in sports, the Confederation of African Football says it views the disturbing and unacceptable experiences of the Nigerian national football team, the Super Eagles, at an airport in Libya in a very serious light. According to the African football body, it has been in contact with the Libyan and Nigerian authorities after it had been informed that the Super Eagles and their technical team were stranded in disturbing conditions for several hours at an airport that they were allegedly instructed to land by the Libyan authorities. CAF said the matter has been referred to its disciplinary board for investigation, adding that appropriate action will be taken against those who violated the CAF statutes and regulations. Apparently, the hostile reception of the soccer stars and the staff of the Nigeria Football Federation by the Libya Football Federation has become a diplomatic affair, with Nigeria summoning the Libya chargé d'affaires in the country to register its displeasure. Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tugar revealed this to newsmen at State House, Abuja on Monday, while responding to the diversion of the Nigerian team's flight away from Benghazi as planned. The minister explained that the management of the Nigerian team had decided to refuel the chartered value jet aircraft at the Al-Abrak airport and return to Nigeria. Libyan authorities were alleged to have refused to provide the Super Eagles chartered flight aviation fuel and clearance to leave the airport, despite the NFF's insistence that the clearance from Al-Abrak airport must be for the team to fly directly to Nigeria. After much persuasion, however, the Libyan government had eventually cleared the Nigerian flight to bring the players and officials back home.
They were supposed to land in Uyo. Instead, they went and landed in Port Harcourt, where they were not supposed to land. And now our team has gone to Libya, and somehow the plane gets diverted to a different airport. And unfortunately, at that airport, there is no aviation fuel, because what we have just decided is they need to refuel and get out. We will not be able to allow them to continue. No food. You know, it's a good thing when they landed in Kano, they actually even got some water, some cartons of water. Otherwise, even water would have been a problem. But suffice it to say that we have established contact with them. We've sent people from the mission to go there that are representing the mission. They are in touch with the delegation there. I am also communicating directly with the chairman, and since last night we've been on the phone with the chargé d'affaires.
And that concludes the news update on Trust TV at this hour. Remember, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms, and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentaries. I am Aisha Saliu. Thank you so much for your time. Join us again.